Goodnight Sweetheart came out of this scenario. Maurice and I were sitting in our little office writing an episode of Love Hurts, Series 1. And we knew that the scene we were writing in Love Hurts was where Frank Carver, Adam Faith, has fallen out with Tessa Piggott, Zoe Wanamaker, and needs to reconnect with her, and can only do it through Zoe's best friend, Zoe, I'll use their real names, Zoe's best friend, the rabbi, played by Jane Lapotaire. And they agreed to meet in the East End of London, and that's the point at which Maurice have got. We decided they'll meet in Whitechapel Road, and we were discussing, well, what would they do there? And Maurice said, well, why don't they go over to Bloom's, the kosher restaurant? They can go over there and talk about what Frank has done to upset Tessa, etc., etc. And we were discussing this scene when suddenly I said to Maurice, and God knows why, because we'd set it in Whitechapel Road, I said, do you know, Maurice, that just about 3 streets behind where we're setting this scene are old East End streets that could be locked in the Blitz? And he put his pen down, and he looked at me and he said, I think you just created our next series. Now that's interesting. That's where working with someone else helps. I wouldn't have seen that. Maurice, in return to that, said to me one Christmas, having come back from a family Christmas, he decided to take his family to a London hotel rather than cook and wash up and everything. And I said, how was it? I saw him about 5 days later. He said, yeah, it was all right. You know, went to the Royal Garden Hotel. He said it was quite nice. He said, it's interesting because we were sitting on a long trestle table with everyone else there, and sitting opposite me were these 2 women, one in gold lame, one in silver lame, really overdressed for Christmas lunch. And I was absolutely convinced they were gangsters' moles, you see. And I said, really? He said, yeah. And then when I went to pay the bill, the 2 husbands, one was a short guy, big tan, you know, heavy tan. The other guy looked like he hadn't seen daylight in about 5 years, and I'm listening to this. And he said, well, when we got there, one of them said to the other one, you coming here for New Year's Eve? It was really good. And the other one said, no, I better get back to Marbella. And I said to Maurice just 2 words, well, 3 words actually. I said, Pauline and Linda. And I knew that was a series. He didn't see it any more than I saw the 2 roads in the East End. That's how those 2 series came about. Love Hurts was slightly different. We just wanted to write a love story. And we kept thinking, when we go in to pitch this, I mean, because there's love stories and love stories and love stories, what is it that's going to make the guy sit up and say yes? Because he must get these all the time. Besides, we had a reputation by then, but that aside. And I will go back to my journalistic days, and perhaps the answer, no, I don't think it mattered, isn't quite true, because I was very good at writing short, sharp shock, so to speak. And I remember Jonathan Powell, the head of control of BBC One at the time, said to us, so what's it about? And I said, it's about a woman who never wants to fall in love again, who meets a man who's never fallen in love before. And he said, that sounds fantastic. And he said, who do you want in it? And he said, Adam Faith. And we didn't know the woman, and that took some time. But that short, concise, as we always say to new writers, don't pitch to us in great length. Give me the 3 lines that will appear in the Radio Times. That's really what I want.